1 lap from the stand. This is the 25-lap Sprint Bandit A main event with John Nida and Mark Long in row 1. Aaron Call and Bobby Clark from row 2. Jeff Williams and John Hawk in row 3. Tully Esterline and Greg Wilson, the kid, from row 4. Chris Nagy and Travis Miller rounding out the top 10 spots. We're going green this time by John Nida. Peeks inside of 1 and 2 and shows the way, but Mark Long puts his race car alongside and on by the rookie. Mark Long in car number 35 shows the way off turn 4. Mark Long in car number 35 has not yet won a Sprint Bandit main event. The Newco Construction, Meinke Brother Construction, LP Vetter Builder Supply, Seller Auto Body Maxim. For now, Mark Long is getting it done, working the cushion. Good shot of him working his way back to 3 and 4 on cruise control. Good shots of Mark Long showing the way impressively now. Yeah, Mark Long, but here comes Bobby Clark in the 8 car. There's the interval between the leaders. We'll see if the 8 car of Clark there. Yeah, the interval. It's a good one. Mark Long, and now a 10-car advantage, working the cushion off turn 4 ahead of the 8 car of Bobby Clark. Clark won just a week ago at Millstream Speedway. Seems to get it done there, but he has not yet won here at Lima Land, and hoping to do so tonight. Not yet, and make that in 95, that is. Bobby Clark is indeed, beginning to reel in, believe it or not, the 35 car, Mark Long, who was already in traffic. Can you believe that? The 35 car, Mark Long, your leader, but here comes Bobby Clark. Long working the traffic on by Ronnie Beal now. Back to 3 and 4. Mark Long continues to work the cushion, but lots of traffic ahead, so this should be interesting with Clark now all over the 35 of Long for the top spot. There's the interval between first and second as Long desperately trying to sneak inside a Wireman. He'll try it low there, drift high to block Clark, who gets the chop job from the 18 of Wireman. Wireman holding up Clark for now. It's still Mark Long in car number 35 showing the way, working the high end, still in traffic off turn 4. Great race, and Bobby Clark is still there, and here he comes. Now, Long will look inside of the 11 car, Sammy Keene trying to get by the lap car. Try it on the bottom. Maybe or maybe not. It was a good move. We'll find out. Off turn 4, Bobby Clark on by now in the 8 car. And Mark Long in trouble now. Long spins out in front of Wireman, but keeps it going. Keeps it going. We're still under green. No, cancel that. We're under caution. Long has brought out the caution flag. Too bad. Long had been running first and now second. Spinning down there in 1 and 2. Mark Long brings out the caution. Wow. 1 lap from the stand, 10 laps recorded, 15 laps remain. Your leader is Bobby Clark. Mark Long, who had just spun in 1 and 2, will pick the pace up from the tail end. It's Bobby Clark, John Nida, Jeff Williams, and Tim Allison, the top 4 off turn 4. Back in 1 and 2, already Clark beginning to extend the advantage now, already a full straightaway over John Nida, who finds himself in traffic. Bobby Clark, your leader, the Clark Oil Company, Keir Speed Shop, Fremont Fence Gambler. Let's check the racing further back. Allison now working inside. Yeah, there, some good racing. Allison in the OJ car working outside of the 31 of John Hawk, working the high end. The OJ of Tim Allison. He's the current Sprint Bandit point leader. He has won 10 Sprint Bandit shows in 95, more than any other man. Bill Holder had an opportunity to talk to Tim Allison earlier in the day. Let's go down and check out the interview.
On the side of this magnificent trailer here, it says Mr. Excitement, Tim Allison. That's got to be you.
Yeah, that's me, I guess. That's what they nicknamed me here, about the beginning of, I guess the middle of last year. I guess fans get a pretty good kick out of me because I like to run on the wall and gas it pretty hard, and I'm always doing wheelies, and I'll start from the tail and come to the front, so that's how I got my nickname.
Of course, you've driven all kinds of open-wheel cars, 360, 410 Sprints. What else?
Yeah, I started out in go-karts, then I went to mini sprints, then I went to a sprint car, then I went to a midget, and then back into a sprint car, and been having a real good last 2 or 3 years.
Now, at one time, you were on the same team with Dave Blaney, a current World of Outlaw leader, and that had to be a learning experience.
Yeah, that was my first year ever in a sprint car. It was a dream come true for me, and Alan Knott gave me the chance back in 1988 to run a full-size sprint, and it was an awesome deal. And we ran in the top 10 quite a bit, won everything but a feature, but lack of sponsorship forced us to move on to something else.
And you got to think back in what could have been.
Exactly. I mean, I look back at my days now, and if I could just play it all over, I know so much now about a sprint car. Back then, I was real green. You know, they'd say, crank weight, do this. I'd say, you know, what do you want me to do? I don't understand. But now I've learned a lot, and, you know, and you always are learning at this game, and things are working real good now.
Now, I've noticed you in a thrashing mode a number of times, and you do a lot of the work on your own car.
Yeah, I'm a mechanic, driver. I got a good crew. My brother-in-law, Lonnie John, Scott Miller, and I got a great car owner, Dick Jenkins, plus a good engine builder of Charlie Fisher.
Thanks, Bill. Picking up the pace here off turn 2. Allison working around Jeff Williams. Makes it tight. Gets a hold of Jeff Williams in trouble in the 10 car. Yeah, Jeff Williams, who caught Tim Allison there as Allison was trying to slide by the 9 car of John Knight. Jeff Williams out in car number 10, but we're still under green, and we'll follow the action here as Allison continues to work through lap traffic and trying to get by the 9 car of John Knight. Good racing here. That's the race for third. It belongs to John Knight for now in the 9 car, who now fends off and gets high on the cushion. That'll open up the door for Allison, who runs third. Good racing there. The 8 car of Bobby Clark working his way through lap traffic. He's still the leader, but what a mess of traffic he has to work with ahead. Off turn 4, puts a lap on Mark Long. Long had a great run going. Too bad for the rookie speedster out of Alido. Not too bad for Bobby Clark, though, who continues to set the vicious pace, but boy, does he have traffic ahead of him. He's your leader and leads now by a full straightaway over the 31 car of John Knight. Clark now working inside the 1C of Brian Crisp now. Clark really getting it done here tonight. Crisp is 1 lap off the pace, so now Clark will go to work on the 05 of Jimmy Johnston now. Clark really hustling that Clark Oil Kears Speed Shop Gambler along tonight. I'll tell you what, he has got her hooked, and hooked well off turn 4. Good shot of him trying to sneak by the 2 car of Kyle Sauter, the defending Oakshade 360 Sprint Car champion. Clark seems to work everywhere, down on the bottom and up high. Off turn 4, Bobby Clark continues to show the way. The white flag for Bobby Clark, 1 more round. Off turn 2, will follow him back to 3 and 4. Bobby Clark through the middle of the racetrack, and now up high off turn 4. Checkered flag for Bobby Clark. Second will go to John Hawk. Tim Allison is third. The race for 4th off turn 4, John Knight and Greg Wilson completes the top 5.